Just released my debut project this year. It was like more of a street album.
Okay.
It started out as a mixtape.
My advice to that is, don't make sense. The reason why people like Jeezy or Rick Ross, those people release mixtape, is to force the label that they signed to, the major label that they signed to put out an album. As an independent, it's a waste of music, waste of money, waste of time, waste of energy. Because you're not forcing nobody to do nothing. Because if you don't got people enjoying one song, how they gonna enjoy 10 or 12 or 18 or however many people putting on music? So what I would suggest is concentrate on one record, and what I have done, sometimes it took me a year, maybe 3 years to make that one song work. But if you're trying to push 10 songs and you're on a limited budget, or 18 songs, you're getting nowhere, and you're just giving people, it's very rare that people even listen to a whole Jeezy album, or a whole Kanye West album, or a whole Jay-Z album. So why would somebody listen to a whole project of yours if these people are what we call rap gods and don't nobody want to listen to their whole project? I mean, for instance, Future, got #1 singles, album sold triple wood. And so you gotta get people to focus on one record. So working on an album or a mixtape don't make no sense. That's my opinion. And I know it's a lot of DJs in here they eat off of selling mixtape, but you can do the same thing with an EP. I would say just do an EP if you want to do, that's what you notice the industry went to EPs now, back to 3 to 5 songs. Because you're giving people too much and nobody's paying attention to it. So, I mean, the first thing is concentrate on one song. You push that one song through everybody that you know. Your social media, your random people, high school. And that's the thing, the kids dictate what's going to happen. You can have, and there's no disrespect to DJ, but DJ is going to play whatever got the crowd rocking. And a good DJ can break a record. When they tell you, for instance, if you go to the club and they tell you they can't play the records at peak time, they ain't lying. Because all they got to do, if you got your acapella and they playing the new whatever fucking Mustard on the Beat got out right now, and they mix your acapella, if they can mix right, they gonna mix your acapella in with that, and you'll never miss a beat. And the crowd will still think they rock to the same song.
I agree. I totally agree.
I disagree.
What's your?
Why do you disagree?
I can't play her song at peak time. Now,
Not even acapella?
Now, DJ's got a 30-minute window, to be honest. 30 minutes gonna make or break a party. So when it's peak time, in my 30 minutes, I'm not introducing nothing new. But I can do it right before or right after.
That's your opinion that you're not introducing. That's you saying I'm not gonna do that. It ain't that you can't.
No, I can do it, but when people leave the floor, the general public is gonna say, man, that's
the average person that's in the club is drunk, high on XP, on all these different kind of drugs. That's why EDM is taking over, because everybody's high in the club. So if you got if you got the new hottest beat around, and you mix 10 or 15 seconds or 30 seconds of her song, her acapella in, right, ship it back and forth with that and that, nope, it ain't gonna skip a beat.
My whole thing is you gotta get acapellas.
That's what I was about to say. What?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So you gotta make sure that you have, and you gotta make sure you have a great relationship too, because people gotta wanna almost kind of take a chance on you at that point, because Slick is right. It's their peak point. They want to make sure they keep the crowd going. So, and at the same time, you gotta have a hot song too. I ain't gonna say it can't be just anything. So. But the main thing is concentrate on one song. Don't worry about, I'm recording the album, I'm recording the mixtape, I'm recording. It makes no sense. Like I said, artists these days don't know the reason why. They look at, okay, Jeezy dropped a mixtape, I gotta drop a mixtape. Jeezy's trying to force their fans to put out an album. Rick Ross is trying to force their fans. Like, they trying to force the hand, because in the major label world, it works off of budgets. So guess what? If they push your album, somebody like Jeezy, his budget is like $2.5 million. So his budget is bumping up. It don't cost him but about $100,000 to record an album.
So he's doing that on the purpose of getting that $2.5 million budget. Somebody like Justin Timberlake, those people, they budget is $5 million. So they doing that to open up the budget. No, I see independent artists be on stage performing for 2 hours, performing mixtape number 10. I'm like, nigga, I ain't never heard of you. How can you have 100 songs out and nobody never heard of you? You gotta get one record. Every record I worked when I go back to early 2000s, late 90s, I think, was Flip. We pushed Flip for the longest. It took 3 years so that I can do that record to work. 3 years. We pushed the same record on people. Just pushed it until they caught on. So a lot of times, what's old to you say it's old, but ain't nobody heard it. I go to YouTube views, and YouTube views got 300 views, nobody heard it. You got 50 followers on Twitter, nobody heard it, so it's not old. So don't never think that your music is old. Because nobody heard it. Unless you sold a million records or half a million records. Same thing with Tiny. I'm working with Tiny's record right now. See how it goes. This record is something he had sitting in the can, and he just pushed it out. Doing pretty big. 20,000 singles sold. I don't want to talk to you, but so, did you work with a DJ on putting out the mixtape? Just put out the bill? You got a picture? Can I see it? The presentation is everything. Majority of the people that buy music are kids. You have kids? You got nephews? Did you let them? The weed and alcohol and stuff? Okay, let me give you an example. Nelly, down, baby, the streets beat the cop back, ready to let go. That song was about doing a drive-by, but he put it in a way to where it can get by. So you gotta, you can't be so direct. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get your point across without, like you didn't have to put. At the end of the day, you're a lady. So weed and alcohol on the cover, and lady. Damn, I ain't seen it. So you just a drug addict.
So what he's saying is that there is a way, the cover has to be appealing to everyone that you may want to reach. Not people that you think will listen to the music, but people that you want to reach. So if this comes across a company boardroom because they're looking for, maybe you got a song that they're interested in for a movie or a commercial or something, and the top executive at the company, who's a white guy, who has 2 kids in private school and a nanny, this comes across his table, what do you think they'll say?
You wouldn't like it.
They're not going to listen to it.
They're not going to listen to it. Now, if you take this out and say, hey, here's my single, it looks a little different. And that's all he's saying. So, we know that you've invested in this already. Probably my suggestion before you invest any more would be get that 1 or 2 singles. Single that you have on here, get some feedback from some DJs that you are associated with and some that you're not. Get the feedback and see which one they personally like, and take that constructive feedback and say, okay, this is what I'm going to be going forward. I probably wouldn't press any more of these up. You're better off pressing a single up with the acapella, the street version, and the radio version, and even the instrumental. Press that up, save you some money, if you even got to press them up, because you can send that electronically now. But as far as this whole mixtape, I probably wouldn't invest in anything, because there's a couple things that need to be redone on it. I would, focus on your social sites, making sure that you have the attention of people. If you have social sites, and I see this a lot of times, an artist has a social site and they put their personal feelings on their artist page. So, and you confuse people when you do that, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything like that. You know, my baby daddy ain't or my baby mama ain't, but you an artist. We don't care about that, to be honest. You know, the consumer does it. To an extent they do, but it's only if you're a celebrity that people want to really be in your business. But other than that, you're trying to gain people. And, you know, you got to figure out, okay, is this 13-year-old high school kid, 14-year-old kid going to listen to music or not? Are they, what am I putting out for them? Because they're going to be the ones that they're either going to pick it up and draw to it. If it's catchy, you know, I mean, just as tunes, you know, for Nene and a couple other people, you know, we think the records are ridiculous, but they grab everybody's attention somehow. And you just want to figure out, okay, whose attention do I want to grab? So it's really creating a sense of identity and image because you yourself, you're a brand. So the shirt says hardworking mom with a microphone and the CD says, so that lets me know, okay, there's a clash, I'm confused, there's a fork in the road, I need to figure out which way I want to go.